I am Tebogo Tinti. Welcome to Time with T. Thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me. All I've been talking about for the past few videos is healing my inner baby. And there are 5 things that I will always talk about: gender-based violence, literature, performing arts, Agenda 23, and myself. Again, hopefully for the last time, but I know that it won't be, so I'm not going to stand here and make promises. Today I'm going to talk about myself and continuing on my journey to heal my inner baby. My son had an incident with a school bus driver. The reason why I'm talking about this is that Mabani, when my son came home, he was almost in tears relaying to me what had happened, right? And then he went on to say something that was so profound and so important to me. He said, the rest of the way, I kept thinking, Mama, wait till my mom hears about this. I know it took a very unfortunate situation for me to hear my son respond in that manner, but I'm also happy in a sense that, because one thing I've always told my children, all 3 of them, I have 3 kids. I have my son and then my 2 nieces. One is 17, one is 6. So I identify as a mother of 3. The one thing that I've always instilled in them is that whenever you are in trouble, I don't ever want you to say, I can't call my mom. You know, she's gonna kill me or whatever, or I'm gonna be even in bigger trouble if I call my mom. I always want my kids to say, oh my God, I'm in trouble, I need my mom. You know, because I want them to know that it does not matter the kind of trouble that they're in, I will always be there. Of course I might scold them, of course I might punish them, but I will always be there. I want them to have that safety thought, to know that it does not matter what is happening, I am here. So I got that validation, I got that confirmation yesterday when he said to me, all I could think about was wait till my mom hears about this. And I remembered thinking, I needed this so much as a child. Parenting my children is healing my inner baby, because I am able to be to them what I needed when I was all of their ages, when I was 17, when I was 12, and when I was 6. I needed that. And to say that I never had it would be a dishonesty and would be an injustice to the person who was there. Whenever I was in trouble till I turned 16, whenever I was in trouble, my father was always there. But then he left us when I was 16. My younger sister was 9. My older sister was 21, 22, somewhere there. So moving forward from 17 onwards, whenever I was in trouble, I knew I had nobody coming for me. And it took me a very long time to learn this lesson. No one's coming. You know, nobody's coming. You have to get yourself out of the stuff that you get yourself into, because nobody's coming. And then for a long time, I also blamed my mother, but I never kept in mind that for 16 years, my mother never had to step in because my dad was there. So she never bothered. Whenever there was a situation, he was there for me. So when he left, whenever there was a situation, she was not there because she didn't know how to be there. She never had to be there. That's how I'm justifying it in my mind. I could be wrong, I could be right. Either way, I don't want to find out. I'm just justifying it like that in my mind. So when my son kept saying this to me, I knew that I had to do something. And he knew that I was going to do something about it. He was not even worried about the effect of it all. All he knew was that my mom is going to handle this. And he comes home earlier than his sister. So his older sister then comes home, and then I tell my niece, my daughter, the older one, what had happened. And then her response made me again believe that the relationship that I am forming between these children is a relationship that I had with my older sister. Because when she heard, she was like not with Siman. That's what we call him. When you're the only one in the house, when you're the only boy in the house, you're gonna call it Siman, Shiman, or Simi, whatever. She was like, not with Siman. Siman is the sweetest, the kindest, the calmest kid ever, at home or in the streets, wherever he is. My son is really just so untroublesome. I know every parent says this, well, almost every parent says this, and I say it because it's true. My son is so untroublesome. He really does not bother anybody until you start bothering him. So it was really unbelievable with the incident that had happened. We all could not believe it, and even my daughter was saying to me, this is not even a question of, are you going to do something about it? The question about this whole thing is, what is the thing that you are going to do? Because we all know that you are going to do something. And she kept saying to my son, I am so sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And I was like, these kids know each other. And sometimes even later, and I realized that, as being a gender-based violence activist and all, sometimes we do get siblings stick up for one another to say, not my brother, he would never do this, not my sister, she would never do this, because they know each other, they grow up together, they discover themselves together, and their personalities and who they are and how they respond to certain matters. And my thing is that I always say, because they sometimes get in trouble around the house and they cover for one another, and I always say that it's good and well that you guys cover up for one another in this manner. When it comes to serious things, and sometimes I do take little matters in the house and make them big so that I can test and see how far they are willing to stick up for each other. When it's really serious, when I have made something appear to be serious, they go to one another, and whoever is guilty, whoever is innocent tells the guilty one, or you have to say something. I'm gonna stick by you. Whatever the punishment, I'll do it with you. I have heard so many whispers between them going shh, 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 thinking I don't hear anything. I have even seen text between them talking about how we're gonna get out of this one. And that's how siblings should be. And that's how my sister and I were. For the longest time we were thick as thieves, and then life happened, and then we got separated, and then we really tried hard to find our way back to each other, and we are working on that now. And I'm realizing that sometimes your childhood wounds really do carry out into adulthood, and two people can grow up in the same household. Two children can grow up in the same household and have two completely different experiences. The way that I talk about my parents is completely different to how my sister talks about my parents. The way that I speak about my father is completely different to how my sister speaks about our father. The way that I speak about our mother is completely different to how my sister speaks about our mother. And I realized that it's because we are two different people, and we came into the world at two different times. Therefore, we were treated differently. It does not mean we were loved any less. I believe that we were loved, well, not equally, but definitely differently. We were loved differently. We were attended to differently. We were parented differently, and that is the one thing that I try to not do when it comes to my kids. But I'm also aware that because they are different, I need to handle them according to their personalities and how they are. I don't have a favorite child, and I don't have a favorite behavior, because I teach all of them how to behave. I teach all of them what is expected of them. I teach all of them equally how to navigate through life. And that is what I needed as a kid. I needed to be taught how to love myself. I needed to be taught how to love others without giving up part of myself. I needed to be taught to coexist with somebody in the house without feeling like there is some sort of competition. Sometimes there are households that happen like that, and it's very unfortunate because our parents are not aware. They are not aware. And I now I see it in my mom as being a grandmother to our children, that the same techniques that she used to do with my sister and I still apply, but because now I know better, when I can. So in this edition of me healing my inner child, I'm realizing that parenting my children is a part of me healing my inner baby. I do for them what I needed to be done for me, and I say to them what I needed to hear, and I handle their issues the way that I needed my issues handled. I open a line of communication the same way that I needed a line of communication open for me. Am I gonna blame them forever? No. That's why I keep saying that I hope this is the last time, because they say that when you're a certain age, you can no longer blame your background because you are now the background. So when healing the inner baby, for people who have similar struggles as I have, and you don't have kids, find other ways to heal this inner baby, to reparent yourself. And for people like me with similar problems who have children, parent your children the way that you wanted to be parented. And that is the best feeling ever. It's just unfortunate that sometimes it comes when your kids are sad and then you see that this is what I needed and I didn't get it at the time. So in this edition of Healing My Inner Child, I want to say that for people who keep saying their inner babies are fine, we all have some sort of childhood something. Even if it's a childhood good memory, recreate it as an adult. Even if it's a childhood, you felt like it was a blessing at the time and you have the means to do it again, do it again. Your really inner baby will be so thankful. And when you heal the adult in you becomes more proud, becomes more confident, you become happier as a wholesomely so. So today I just want to say that, to say, let's not stop healing our inner babies. And when we do encounter babies out there in the world, let's treat them the exact same way that we wanted us as babies to be treated, and how we want our babies to be treated. When I say save the children, I don't just mean save my children. I mean save the children, mine and yours. So I would like you to do the same when we say save the children, not just your children, but yours and mine. We live in communities where kids are not safe. Let us protect our children to the best of our abilities. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. Please go and heal that inner baby. And while you're at it, if you're here, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. And go out this weekend, today, tomorrow, anytime next week. Go out and do something for your inner child, and then come back and tell me about it. Tell me what you did. I will tell you what I'm doing for my inner child. This is what I'm doing for my inner baby. I've always loved these since I was a little girl, and I still have them. Because I have this person in my life who listens to me when I speak, and I remember mentioning that as a child, I used to love these, and this one time they brought me a whole packet. So this is what I'm doing for my inner child. We are sucking on these blue suckers. I'm out for now. Love and light. Keep healing that inner baby. Make the inner baby laugh, make the inner baby dance, make the inner baby do something cute. Keep well. I'm out for now. Love and light.